I have created a poll here on YouTube and asked you what you wanted to see in my next video. The choices were most popular mods or most unique mods, and you chose most unique mods. Now, what is this? Well, you have to watch and see, because I do have about 9-10 interesting mods for you. And we are starting off with the biggest, honestly most unique mod I have seen for Timberborn. And this mod does not have any buildings whatsoever, but it does so much. Let me show you. So here we have the setup automatization, and the name of the mod is called automatization as well. So what it does is automate a bunch of stuff for you. For example, we have water coming down here. Let's play this. And we have floodgates. If we go into the automatization and into the water condition, we get good amount of stuff. So for example, here you can open floodgates during temperature weather, and temperature weather is the regular season. You have, well, water is coming out and it's all green and beautiful. Then you can close the floodgates during the regular season. So let's try that. And now the floodgates are closed. It will not allow through any water whatsoever. But if we go and change season, or hang on, let's do something first. And then we want to open floodgates during drought, right? So we have selected that, and it's a regular season, but let's change the season now. And drought is here, and the floodgates are open. And if we go back and change it again to the regular season, it's closed. So this will definitely help out a bunch of people who don't like dealing with water. One thing I wish it had was changing the height or how much it opens the floodgates, but that's what it is. But we have more things we can automate. So we have the terrain changing, the dynamite. I set up a place right here, and let's go into the dynamite and place a 2x2. Let's have our beavers build the first layer here. There we go. Now I want to go into the automatization and select, for example, 3 times. When I select these dynamites, so this area will both explode, new dynamite will be placed below to build, and we will have our beavers coming in again here and replace them. And when they are placed, they will automatically explode, and the next layer will be placed again. And this is now the 3rd time. They explode one by one, and there we go. So that's the dynamite one. Then it also has conditions automatization for the storage, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't really get where to use them, but there is also a population. So for example, we have these 2 buildings that are paused, and we have in total 10 people. Let's say we want to get 20 more people. You would select all the buildings you have, all the houses, and you would create until there are 20 more people. After that, all the houses are actually just paused. So let's say here we want to have 10 less people. We select the houses and they are paused, and I feel like it's kind of easy to do that with Folktale, since you just build a certain amount of houses and you know how many people you will have. While with Iron Teeth, you might actually just create, or I guess create too many people and mess up that way. No buildings, but this mod is just amazing. And for the next mod, and the same thing with this mod does not have any buildings, but it gives you some amazing statistics in a new way that that the game didn't give you until now. The way we are used to getting statistics about the game or the amount of stuff we have in the game is by looking up here. We have, for example, 656 bread, we have 711 water, but that's nice to see. But how far can I survive with that? And that hasn't always been easy to see, or until now. If we go up to the statistics in up left and go to the tab to the right, you see the good statistics mode. And right here, you can see the history. So we see the bread here. The bread, we have 656. So this is not live updated. It can be a couple of hours old, hours in the game, not in the real life. But as you can see, with this amount of bread, we can survive 22 days. And we have the red arrow pointing down. That means we are losing the amount of bread we have. In your normal gameplay, you will see sometimes it goes up and down depending on if wheat is done, and then you create bread and all of that. So that's good to have. That's good to know that with this amount of beavers we have right now, we can survive 22 days. We have water right here, and we can survive 32 days. So when you're expanding, especially early on, when you're expanding a lot, getting a lot of beavers, workers, creating all this stuff, it's actually losing water or not have enough water, not enough food. It's a big thing. It's a big challenge, and having this mod will actually simplify and help you a lot. So I haven't played with it, but I definitely see a big use of it. And now for the next mod, what do we have here? We have a farmhouse and a lot of wheat. The normal way we would get the wheat and then rework it to the flour was using grist mill right here. It's still possible, but what I have found and what I like is the Dutch windmill mod. The only difference here is that the Dutch windmill doesn't need any power. So let's spin it around, place it right here. Honestly, and the same. You have the same choices for the recipe. You have wheat flour and cattail flour, and you need one worker. And no power whatsoever. This is really nice. It's a nice building. I like it. Definitely fits in. And this is a great way if you don't want to play with power, or early on if you want to have a way to get bread, but you know, don't really want to get that much power. So this is a great way for that. And another thing here, as you can see, Dutch windmill costs 25 gears, 25 planks and 40 logs, while the grist mill is 40 logs, 20, 20, 40 versus 25, 25, 40. Not having power is actually a big deal. I wish it was a bit more expensive, but anyway. I really like it. I think it's a great addition, a great mod for the game, and I can recommend it. Now, you might have seen this, but there is something different with our district center. Look at the beavers sitting up there. But yeah, this is a mod. This mod is called 4W District Center, and I think it's 4-way district center. It has 4 doors in entrance, entrance in every direction. If you don't remember, this is what the regular district center looks like. So it's exactly the same, besides that one small detail that it has doors in every way. This is not a big change, but it's a nice change. For some reason, I actually really like having doors in every direction. Because it's a center of the city, it should be able to go in every direction however it wants. But yeah, super simple, super easy. This eye right here up in the middle, what is that? That's the FPP camera. Let's press on it and let's select a road. Oh, where are we? Where are we? Hello, buddy. Hello, farmer. We are a beaver. And this is so freaky. In a way, really nice as well. Hello, buddy. I can run, holding shift. I can jump with space. Oh, hang on. The controls are a bit iffy. No, actually, the controls are pretty nice. Now, I know this mod is not for everybody, and it doesn't actually give you anything. But for some reason, I really like it. Hang on, where are we? I think we are too zoomed in, actually. But anyways, let's get up and go into the pool. Nah, this mod definitely gives the game a new dimension. I don't know. I like it. It's sweet, it's nice, and who knows, we might get some really nice thumbnails from this one. I don't care what you think. For the next mod, this is super small mod, but it's actually really useful. Sometimes I forget where things are, and sometimes I just want a quick access to something, to a building, to a path. So how do we do that? If you don't just always want to click around looking for stuff, you can simply get the Pipette tool, select the area, and then whoop, look at that. I have access to the thing I pressed. If I hold shift and click, look at it, I have stairs now. If I press on here, I have the big water tank. Honestly, not a big, but I think it's really useful. Super simple. Here we go. Simple as that. Just press control or hold control and build. Not much more to it. It's not a big thing, but it's super useful. And yeah, I like it a lot. Now down here we have, this is a new building. This is a new building, or the same building, but does a new thing. But it's also a new building. Does that make sense? No? Okay. So this building looks like a water dump, right? But it's not, it's actually fertilizer. And then we have this building right here, which is the chemist. So what are they doing? Well, this mod is called Booster Juice. Not a perfect name, but it does a really nice thing. If we select the fertilizer dump, you see this yellow-orange area. So this is the area it's working. And what it does, it fertilizes the trees in this area, so they grow faster and all of that. You have some statistics here. You have trees affected, 7 out of 100. Tree fertilized, 0 out of 50, and all of that. And then this chemist building creates the fertilizer. So in the science, we have the chemist, and in the wood category, we have the fertilizer dump. How do you create fertilizer? You have 2 recipes. The first one is 1 berry, 1 wheat, 1 is spadadoc, and 2 waters plus 0.3 logs. You will get 6 fertilizers. The second recipe is 1 dirt, 1 spadadoc, 1 extract, 3 water and 1 log for 10 fertilizers. Which recipe is better depends on what you have. what you are focused on. I think this is a nice addition, especially because we already have a beehive which will boost the crops, but nothing for the forest, for the trees. There is a mod that will actually change the way the water flows in the game, change the physics of it. Let me find where I have prepared something for this. Right up here. Alright, so we have a bunch of bad water right here, and then we have a levee wall. Let's get remove the wall. Are we ready? Yes. And let's look at the way water flows now. It goes all the way back, and then it will push up the same way, or at the same time it will raise the next. So now it's pushing all the way, and it goes a lot quicker. It's a lot more natural way the water works. As you can see, it goes up few levels. It doesn't just fill out the bottom level and then slowly pumps it out. Honestly, I have not seen a mod does this for the game Timberborn before. I think it's really cool that someone took time to rework the water physics, and honestly this looks a lot nicer when you do things like this compared to the regular way. Oh, and I might not have said the mod is called free flow. There we go. We have emptied up everything, and now that's all emptied up, it works the same way as the old water. Now this is something I've never understood about Timberborn. If we go in a building or a wheel that creates power, it used to always say HP, as in horsepower, I guess. But with the mod of Beaver power, we are changing that. So no more HP, and now we have BP, Beaver power. It's in the buildings that create the power, so in this case, large windmill, but also in the buildings that use the power. So in this case, lumber mill. We have BP right there. And of course, in the power sheds where we can see how much is in demand, we have BP. Nothing big, but a nice improvement. Now for the next mod. Did you know a full-grown tree will actually release saplings for a tree, and the forest will naturally, I guess, spread. So for example, right here we have some fully grown trees, then we have small one next to it, and the way that worked was because we had a pine tree that released saplings, and these new trees started to grow. Now this is not a super fast way to have forest, but a nice way. And there is a mod to actually cut some trees so that, you know, you always have a grown tree to release saplings for, and you don't have to replant manually. And that mod is called cut tools. So if you go into cut trees, you have your regular cut trees area, but you also have configured tree cutting area, holy. And then you get this option right here. So you can have cut everything, and it's as normal tree cutting. And then you have checkered, and as you can see, it cuts as in checkerboard every other. Now let's see if you can have lines like that, vertical or horizontal lines. And then you can check which tree you want to cut. Maybe you want to cut maple trees in one direction, and then you have birches in another direction, and only those trees will be selected to be cut. So for example, here I don't have any birch, it will not select to cut those trees. Now those are the mods I have prepared for you. Hope you found them unique and interesting. Some of them are interesting, some of them are useful in different ways, but all are great. The links for every mod will be in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.